My parents came from a very traditional family. My parents went through a lot in their life. And they had to get married early because the Japanese was invading China and they had to fled. So in order not to be separated, so they married in teenage. And then the communists came in, took everything they've made, and they had to fled to Hong Kong. And we're very lucky. My parents got on the last flight out of China, and my father has to work re-establishing himself. Went through very tough years, my parents.
His father, from what I've been told by his brother Tom, was a very, very, very special person in China. Was a good family man. He's accomplished a lot. Made sure that his kids got all educated. His brother Jimmy as well, in Shanghai, who I had the pleasure of meeting. Sylvester respects and probably emulates his father and gets all the lessons and the appreciation and philosophy of how one should be and how one should act.
My mother is, even though she's from the old times, she's a little bit modern in the sense of her thinking. She say, I don't want to restrict my kids to where they come from. I want them to grow. I want them to go outside, see the world. I even doubted if I want to get into medical school. But that's the similarity. Like a Jewish mother, they want the kid to be a doctor. So my mother, of all the children, chose me and said, Sylvester, you got to be the doctor for the family. So from a young kid, I was told I have to be a doctor.
His parents sent him to Canada to take medicine. He went to McGill.
I had two mentors, I have to say, one who brought me into radiology and the other one who brought me into what my specialty is, pediatric neuroradiology. And once I get into it, I never look back.
I was working at the hospital, taking care of children that are coming in from out of the country, where medical attention was not available in the country of origin. And over the years, his expertise and his care has helped to save children's lives with the right diagnosis, and always, always with a smile, never under pressure, which is totally incredible.
Anytime we've had issues over the years, he's both a doctor and a businessman, he always makes time. He always will call you back wherever he is in any place in the world.
That Sylvester has two loves, kids and automobiles. And he managed to combine them both. He works 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can imagine.
He is a visionary, there's no question about it. I mean, he has seen things in his own business that nobody's ever recognized.
My wife was at that time the store manager for Hope Renfield. So I said, you know the retail business, it's just a car, go and do it, right? So we got the place, and we started the business and she went into it. And it was extremely tough. We started at the wrong time. It was late 88, interest rate was at 18%, nothing was moving. It was a very tough few years. So my wife endured. She worked from like 7:30 in the morning till 9:30 at night. Over the years, she finally turned the store around after a few years. So once we grow the business, I say, you can't stay with one brand. Because the problem is if one brand goes down, you go down, right? So we say we have to start looking at other brands.
He's a man of integrity. To do the type of work he does on a professional level, being a radiologist at sick kids, dealing with the life and death issues that go along there. And I believe he brings those type of qualities to the business world where he's honest, he's a humble man, and he'll deal with you, in my opinion, fairly.
I remember the first time I met his dad, one of the nicest guys ever. And he asked me to take on Sylvester as a client. He trusted me, and since then, we've been inseparable.
Personnel is the most important issue of any business. That's what my father taught me.
What a relationship he had with his father was uncanny because his father trusted him implicitly.
I actually had the honor of meeting his dad. One thing about Sylvester, he was a family person. Incredible dedication that he had to them. He always spoke fondly of them. He would take a flight to Hong Kong one day and come back because his dad or his mother was sick.
And my father worked till the last day of his life. He passed away with a cardiac arrest after he finished the day's work. Well, my father always said, when you become a doctor, helping a patient comes first. You know my background. I work with children all the time. So I think it is important that, how their upbringing is important for the future. Anything to educate and direct our children in future, to me, is very important.
Goes out of his way to support numerous charities, both sick kids and all sorts of other charities.
He understands what Chabad wants to accomplish. He understands the project that we have at hand that we want to build in this neighborhood. Sylvester is certainly a very, very fitting person to do and accomplish this job and help us carry through as time goes on.
As everyone knows, he is not Jewish. When I heard that he was putting his name forward, putting his contacts forward, it just blew me away and blew my family away.
Chabad needs a lot of support in order to complete the purchasing of the location, to refurbish it into a place where people can come and learn and carry on their heritage and everything.
After I met Sylvester for, 25 years, being here every Friday night, it was part of the family.
Well, Sylvester's happy when he has chicken soup, okay? He needs chicken soup and challah, that makes him happy.
He was sitting right here beside me with the challah, with the kosher wine, with the chicken soup.
Yes, I'm not Jewish, and I don't belong to a synagogue, but I do have a lot of very good friends, especially one that has passed away, Sam Manuk.
I think Sam saw in Sylvester a very intelligent, driven man who had the qualities to make himself a success in business. Both men have integrity, honesty. When you look at them, they're men that you would want to emulate in your own life.
Two different mentalities, but two different religions, but we have a common thing, friendship, heart. There's nothing that somebody will ask him and he won't do.
Dr. Sylvester Chuang is a very, very, very special individual. He's extremely humble. He does what he does very quietly.
Sylvester, you are a visionary, both in what you do and have done in the hospital, what you do and have done with AWIN, and what you do and have done for communities and peoples throughout our great city and country and the world over.
So Mazel Tov, you've been a tremendous person in life. You've given of yourself, and you deserve all the honors.
Really well deserved. Men with big heart, like you, deserve it.
Very, very worthy of this honor, and I certainly salute him, and I'm sure that the community here does as well.